What's up, Savage Investors? On today's video, how to find the best Flare time series oracle. You may feel like, but Jordan, I've already found the best one. Why? Because on Twitter, you've probably gained allegiance to one. But I want to show you a few tools to show you that all Flare time series oracles are equal, but some are more equal than others. And that's the little Animal Farm reference there. So how exactly do we healthily discriminate between FTSOs to maximize our profits? I'm going to take you straight over to FTSO So looking at the site, when you get here, there's a lot of numbers, and I only want to draw your attention to a few for this video. First and foremost, the circulating supply of Songbird of present date is 9.6 billion. We are on the 10th epoch. Now, for some of you, you may be wondering, what is an epoch? Well, an epoch, in biblical reference, is a significant event. And in the Flare Networks ecosystem, a significant event is a reward period. And that's a weekly payout. So we're on our 10th week, okay? You'll also see epochs with many other staking platforms, and it will be different. An epoch, just so everyone knows, is a significant event. And in terms of FTSO rewards, that's weekly. So on our 10th week. We then come over here. It really is smart, this tool. And I really encourage you to bookmark this because it will show you when the current reward period started, which on the day of recording this, the 1st of December, was last Saturday, the 27th of November. And the next payout date will be the 4th of December. So this Saturday. So to put it very simply, what I do is I stake, sorry, let me get my terms correctly. I delegate my Songbird Saturday. Time-wise, it has the time 8:41 a.m. Now I think that's in my time. Something I probably should have checked, but I'm pretty confident it will auto-adjust to your time zone. So 8:41 a.m. GMT, I will have rewards to claim. I will claim my rewards, and straight after, I will redelegate my Songbird. And I'll be making another video showing you how to delegate your Songbird if you don't know how to already. So as we jump back, what we'll then do is we'll then hit view all. Now I had this preloaded, and you'll come to all of the FTSO providers. Of present date, 1st of December, we have 55 public signal providers. It is very financially rewarding to be a signal provider. It does come with a little bit of tech and dev expertise. However, if you've got free time and you are willing to learn, it is a very lucrative business. And I'll show you exactly how and why we need to be discriminating between FTSOs to make sure we get the best reward rate. So as we move down, you'll see this little toggle button, right? At the moment on my settings, it's clicked to Epoch 10. So this is showing me what the rewards were and the performance of the last rewards, so last Saturday, okay? You can click it and it will show you overall. So it will show you over the 10 weeks how all these FTSOs have performed. And if you click it again, it will show you how they performed pretty much last week up to date. For me personally, I keep it on the latest epoch because of course performance fluctuates. So what we see here, and I guess to give you an overview of how this all works, the Flare Network have set out to make sure it's decentralized in every aspect, even in terms of making sure that there isn't a, how can I say, a hierarchy and in a sense a Premier League of top 2 time series oracles and no one can come near them, where they take all the circulating supply and all the voting power and everyone else is left to keep the scraps. And this is how they mitigate against that. So we can see here, FTSO IT last week managed to get 384 Songbirds delegated to them, which gave them a voting power of 9.43%. Now, when your time series oracle reaches 10%, the reward rate starts to decrease. Because, and I'm not quite sure how it's built, but I can tell you the outcome. When a Flare time series oracle goes above 10%, reward rate drops significantly. And this is to encourage a healthy distribution of Songbird across all signal providers. Because if, let's just say, everyone watching this video right now delegates to FTSO IT, well, Epoch 11, chances are this could be over 10%, meaning the reward rate is going to drop. And so as a community, we are encouraged to distribute the voting power amongst signal providers, and signal providers are encouraged to provide accurate and up-to-date price data to the Flare network to ensure they can offer us the highest amount of rewards. So it's beautiful. Every party has the best interest of the ecosystem. Us as delegators, we need to ensure that we are distributing our Songbird accordingly, making sure there's not a monopoly, that's the word I was looking for. And the signal providers need to do their job and provide accurate price data to ensure high reward rates and to incentivize us to delegate our Songbird. So it's a beautiful ecosystem being built. So the first thing I want you all to know is, yeah, personally, I stayed away from FTSO IT. And I would be looking to delegate to Alpha Oracle and AFTSO this epoch. Okay. Next, we come to reward rate. So what does this number mean? 0.695. If you just hover over the eye, it will say reward per 100 Songbird for reward epoch number 10. So for every 100 Songbird that you would have delegated last Saturday, you would have received 0.6 Songbirds. So just shy of 1% APY. So we're looking at, on average, in a month, between 3 to 4% APY each month on your Songbird when you're delegating to a signal provider, which isn't bad at all. Now, what's really important as well to note is that more people who participate, and yeah, am I shooting myself in the foot? In a sense, but I also have the best interest of the ecosystem, right, and the community. The more people that participate in providing their Songbird to a signal provider, that reward rate goes down. Why? Because the pool of rewards gets distributed amongst more people. So naturally, we are all incentivized to take part early, to be active on a weekly basis, and to make sure that we distribute accordingly. There is an industry standard at the moment of 20% that the signal provider takes. Now, it's getting competitive. Why? Because they all want our Songbird. One way they do it, and I'll mention another way in just a moment, is they'll reduce their fee. So as you can see, not many have reduced it, but then we can see, oh, actually DeFi Oracle is 15%. And why would that incentivize you? Well, look, they were able to offer you 0.100. So in this sense, you're looking at this and you have to weigh up everything. You have to say, okay, well, longevity wise, okay, they're not rewarding me as much. But maybe next week they'll have a better week. Why? Because their fees have gone down and other people might catch up. Because remember, this is retrospective. So we're always a week behind looking at this data. So it is a psychological game when you're trying to think, okay, well, DeFi Oracles, they haven't rewarded as much last week, but their fee is lower. And I feel maybe this week, with their low voting power percentage and the reduced fee, that you're optimistic the reward rate may go up this week. You really are trying to scout the fine balance between those that did fantastic last week, but also those that have the potential to do better the upcoming week. And in this case, the upcoming epoch. So, the second thing I encourage you all to do to find the best FTSO is click on to a time series Oracle, and it will give you the reward ratio history. Okay, now, even when I was reviewing this, and I'd love for anyone in the comments to let me know, I don't know what happened here. It also happened to DeFi Oracles. Now, best FTSO and DeFi Oracles are the automatic signal providers for Flare Finance when you lock up your Songbird in Flare loans. So, you know, looking at this, I don't know if it had something to do with that. That's my hypothesis, but I'd love to know if anyone does know why there was a sudden drop in delegations of Songbird. Please let me know. But for the time being, best FTSO. they are one of the automatic signal providers for Flare Finance, and I'll be doing a video on Flare Finance and explaining all those products in due time as well. So if you delegate to Best FTSO, you can see that they are having a nice steady incline in reward ratio. So they're paying out more day on day, week on week. You can get more statistics on how they're performing. But what I really encourage you all to do is follow your favorite signal providers on Twitter. Why? We come back to that competitiveness. And the second reason why we are seeing signal providers starting to compete is they're now offering NFTs. So this competition is evident. So number one way that they're now competing and separating themselves is reducing their fees to incentivize you. Number two is they're now incentivizing you by saying, hey, look, if you lock up 1,000 Songbird, which Best FTSO did a few epochs ago, you would then receive a free NFT. I managed to sell mine and I doubled my bag. Fantastic, right? But the only way you can keep up to date with this is if you follow them on their Twitter pages. It sounds really weird, but the best financial advice comes from Twitter, crypto Twitter to be precise. And then you can see that your signal providers are going one step further, that they're building their own platforms. And on Best FTSOs, and by the way, I'm not an affiliate, as a disclaimer, I'm just spreading the information. They also have an opportunity to gain NFTP. I'm not going to do a video on that just purely because I'm not in the Best FTSO ecosystem. However, you can see they lower their fees, they offer you an NFT, and I believe you can stake your NFT on Best FTSO's platform and earn NFTP. Another video for another day potentially. So this is why I really encourage you to, one, go to FTSO Metrics, do that little checklist I've just shown you, and hopefully not reading between the lines, but understanding what the data is telling you for the upcoming epoch, to then follow the ideal candidates that you want to delegate your Songbird to, and follow them on Twitter. And have a look and see, okay, well, what information are they putting out? What community are they building, right? And of course, what incentives are they announcing for this upcoming period? So keep that front of mind as you assess what the best time series oracle is for you. So I really hope this was a useful video. Whether you've been delegating for the past 10 epochs or whether you've been sitting on the fence purely because you don't know who. And if you're in a situation where you're like, Jordan, I don't even know how to delegate, do not fear, because my next video will be showing you how to delegate your Songbird. And of course, when we get our Spark, come on, one day, I know it's coming. When we get our Spark, I'll be showing you how to do exactly the same. And I imagine once we get our Spark, things will be a little different. All right. So it's been a pleasure passing on this knowledge to you all. As always, let me in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, or what you'd like to see in upcoming videos. With that being said, Savage Investors, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.